Prince Harry has sensationally resigned from the African charity that he set up 20 years ago in the memory of his late mother, Diana, Princess of Wales.
Well, the Duke of Sussex says that he's stepping down from Madeley because of infighting in the organisation between the trustees and their charity's chair, leaving him truly heartbroken.
But the chair of the charity, Dr. Sophie Chandauka, has released a statement claiming she'd blown the whistle on an abuse of power. Well, joining us now, panellist on ITV's The Royal Bee, Sarah Hewson. This is a huge blow-up at a charity that Prince Harry held close to his heart, and it seems he's completely at odds with the person who was put in to run it, to chair it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real bombshell because, as you say, this was a charity Prince Harry founded in 2006 with Prince Seeiso of Lesotho. Prince Harry went to Lesotho in 2004 on his gap year. This was his coming-of-age project. This was when we saw Harry go from the party prince on the front pages of the newspapers, falling out of nightclubs, to someone who was really going to make a difference in the world. And this was a labour of love for him, setting up this charity in honour of their late mothers. So it's deeply personal. And to see him step down, you know that something monumental has been going on behind the scenes.
Well, it sounds like it's monumentally personal, because this Dr. Sophie that we mentioned, her full statement is, I mean, there's no time to read it all here, but it's a very thinly veiled, but a blistering personal attack on Harry. I mean, it really tears him to shreds.
Yeah, that particular line, she talks about those who play the victim card and then use the very press they disdain to harm people who have the courage to challenge their conduct. Who could she be talking about? I mean, that is very much directed at Prince Harry, isn't it? She doesn't say it so much. Well, there's been this huge fallout between her and the board of trustees, and Prince Harry, as patron, has stepped down in solidarity with the trustees. So the trustees disagreed with the direction she was taking the charity in. They wanted her out. They wanted to vote her out. She wouldn't go. She said she was going to sue them. So they've all had to step down, and Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso have now stepped down in solidarity with them. She's appointed new trustees, but to get two patrons with the profile of Prince Seeiso and Prince Harry is going to be a very different matter indeed. And now we've got a Charity Commission investigation.
And it seems that the whole row centres around a decision by the new chairman, Dr. Sophie Chandauka, to focus fundraising in Africa. There have been high-profile fundraising events for Madeley, not in Africa, here in London, in the UK and over in the States.
In America.
Now, you would have thought Prince Harry would fully support fundraising efforts to be based in the place where the charity is supposed to be helping.
Yeah, because the charity was initially set up and based here in London. It's now moved to Africa. There's been a shift in direction where it was a developmental charity looking at children with HIV/AIDS. It's a much broader approach now, looking at climate change, young people's wellness, for example. But yes, the fundraising that takes place, big polo matches that take place every year in the United States, raising something like £10 million because people want to come and see Prince Harry. She's wanted to take a much more African-led approach to the charity, and it appears that somewhere in that shift in direction, there's been a big bust-up.
Where, in your opinion, your considered opinion, does this leave Prince Harry? I mean, the title of his book was Spare. He's a man who's clearly looking for a point and a purpose in his life. He's still got the Invictus Games, but his media career appears to be stalling badly. The polo documentary didn't work.
No.
So all that seems to have dried up. Now he's lost this, his baby, the charity he formed 20 years ago. Yes, he's got Invictus, but what else has he got in his life?
Well, it's a really good question, Richard. I think this is devastating for him because when he stepped down as a working royal and he lost all of his charity patronages, his military titles, for example, he just had Madeley and Invictus remaining. And Madeley, you know, he wasn't just a figurehead of the charity. This was something that he created, that he set up from scratch to honour his late mother. And because of what he had seen during his gap year, it was said to have had a profound impact on him. He's visited Lesotho many times. I went out there with him in 2008 to see the work that they were doing there. You'll remember those images of him with that little 4-year-old boy on his very first visit, Mutsu. He's remained in contact with him. He was at Harry and Meghan's wedding. This is something that is deeply ingrained in Harry's psyche, vitally important to who he is, and I think this will be heartbreaking.
So it looks like it may go to court.
It may indeed, and as interesting, he does say they've stepped down for now.
Sarah Hewson, royal expert, thank you very much indeed.